An Outa whistleblower has confirmed some of Outa's suspicions. Outa spokesperson Clarke joins us on the line now for more. John, perhaps if you could walk us through the story, the whistleblower?
Well, I'd like the story to evolve from within the relationship with the public protector, to not get too specific about the allegations and the content. I think what it is, the story is well known. I mean, I was working for Outa, processing complaints as they were pouring in from people for one thing and another, forming an impression that showed that the system really was in the sort of state of crisis that Outa had predicted it would be during the court process. And then amongst all these emails, came one which was a fairly lengthy one, which actually painted a picture which, it was about 6 weeks ago, which kind of, it was spot on. Yes, it was coming from somebody within inside the system. I'm a social worker, so I'm very cautious not to kind of, be caught up too quickly and to act impulsively, and, built the relationship and got to a point where I felt this was not a sort of a Trojan horse or some sort of disinformation campaign. It was authentic, and offered to mediate to the public protector as an impartial body a complaint, because of course we're very daggers drawn between Outa and Sanral, and it's a very adversarial relationship. I'm really keen that we get beyond that, because this whole situation is extremely serious, and it can have a huge legacy down the road for the country, and it's just important that we generate some light rather than more and more heat. So that's
John,
where we are.
The guy or the person, the male or female, you haven't identified, but they worked for the Austrian company Clarke, which is right in the middle of the whole process. Is this person still employed there?
Yes, as far as I understand. I had a conversation this morning with them, and they are, there are issues. We're very concerned that, that we actually try and get everybody's interests fairly kind of expressed and put on the table. And, the public protector's tried to do that, and she's excelled herself in dealing with the Nkandla matter. So let's hope that we can actually, establish the same process here.
Well, what's come out so far in the city press over the weekend was that the e-toll system that Gautengers are having to carry was designed, in fact, for the whole country. Now, why is that relevant?
Yeah, this is, what had concerned me, because I've been working really on chasing Sanral and on their tail for projects in the Wild Coast and KwaZulu-Natal, as you know, Alex, and the Western Cape. We've had issues there, and it does, and when I met Nazir Ali in 2006, you could see he was quite fascinated, and so was I for that matter, with the potential of that electronic tolling has. And I just recently got back from London, and I'd seen how well the congestion tax had worked to clean up the inner city there. So I was, in a sense, open to the idea of using the technology. At the same time, very conscious that, that there are a lot of jobs involved, and people are using manual kind of tolling processes, even though it's not a particularly satisfying job, sitting in those kind of booths. I was concerned that, because so often we get sort of seduced by technological
John,
ideas.
We're running out of time here. Just give me the bottom line on this. What are the Gauteng motorists being asked to carry that they shouldn't be?
Well, I understand that, and this is not so much from the source of the whistleblower, but from just what I understand to be the breakdown from the courts, is that the centre at Midrand was basically with 2.5 billion. It was, and it was designed on the assumption that it would be a national program. Now, that for me is a concern. And if it had been openly discussed and said yes, this was, that would have been a different story. But my concern is that there was an agenda that was basically being sneaked past us again. The biggest concern that my sources confirmed for us is that there was no proper consultative process, as they would have done in other countries where capture has been involved, in ensuring that the public are behind it. So that, for me, that's actually almost more important.
Once again confirming some of the issues that Outa has had over this period. That's the spokesperson of Outa spokesperson John Clarke.